They knew about it, they would have started to talk to people and like, hey, this is coming up. Hey guys.
Season's greetings. We are here. Sorry, you were gonna take initiative and I just stole the thunder.
No, I was like,
but it's all
hey
good.
Guys.
Hey guys. San Antonio versus San Diego Loyal. San Diego Loyal back at home at Torero Stadium. This should be a really good game, 1 versus 2. However, there are a lot of injuries and a lot of players for San Antonio that aren't gonna make the sheet, the rosters for today. See some 80s and 50s and 40s for San Antonio. So. What can you tell us about the San Antonio team that's going to be on the field?
Yeah, they're still going to be defensively solid. Jordan Farr, we talked about in the podcast, has been having a really nice season in goal. Mitchell Tainter, number 3 defender, center back, is kind of MVP quality as far as defense is concerned. PC plays in the middle field. He'll be captain, is a guy to look out for.
We know that guy.
Yep.
My guy.
Samuel Adeniran, 14 forward, is another guy to keep an eye on. He's got some talent.
I like it forward with the number 14, personally. But nonetheless, San Diego Loyal's lineup looks very solid, gentlemen. You got Coque Vegas on goal, Elijah Martin, Stoneman, Kyle Adams playing kind of like that 3 center back position that they've been doing.
Yep.
Along with Nick Moon on the left wing back position with Jack Blake, also right wing back. Charlie Adams and Colin Martin representing that center midfield right now. We have Guido at the 10, Amang and Conway up on top. Very solid lineup.
We have the return of Cavasel to the lineup. He is on the bench with he picked up that shoulder injury. From what we heard from insiders, that he is feeling well. He's ready to go. But obviously, you want to give Conway the nod after his performances in the last couple of games, and you might want to give Vassell some rest and don't, unleash him unless you have to in this game. Predictions: we had some on the pod. I had 2-2 statistically from our boy at Virtual Statman. Said that San Diego Loyal has not tied at home, and San Antonio has not tied away. So virtually impossible for there to be a tie. So that's my 2-2 prediction.
I think I said a 3-1 San Diego Loyal, especially now with those injuries. I think San Diego Loyal are going to pick up that momentum from last game. What did you say, Alan?
Yeah, I said 2-1. I think San Antonio's defense is probably not going to give up 3. If they do give up 3, it'll be a heck of a game. But it's going to be a hard fight. It's probably going to be pretty physical. Look for San Antonio to try and shut down Loyal. Loyal have a lot of the ball, but San Antonio is a really good defensive team that can counter. So it should be a pretty good. Both teams playing to their strengths, and we'll see which one comes out on top.
You have weapons coming off on the bench. You have Toomey and Kyle Vassell coming off the bench most likely in this game.
Yeah.
This is a very dangerous San Diego Loyal home team. So we'll keep you guys posted with game footage and analysis during the game. Team. You got a point? No, I'm sorry. You got to talk into the microphone because then he'll yell at you.
It's 0-0, guys.
We're here at halftime. It's 0-0. Alan was right. San Antonio just does nothing but defend. And so far, I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the most boring games I've seen here at Torero.
Yeah, it's a very cagey match, a 0-0 affair. Some questionable calls from the referee, some yellow cards that might not have been some yellow cards, a penalty that didn't look like a penalty on closer inspection, but definitely cagey 0-0 match, and hopefully some fireworks happen here in the second half.
I mean, this is what you kind of expected going in, right? San Antonio playing a little bit shorthanded. They want to keep their lead, so they're okay with the draw. They had a pretty decent look that Koke was up for, and they've gotten kind of like half chances. So I think maybe a little bit more patient, a little bit more aggressive on the counter. They had some opportunities that they held up, but they definitely have gotten some chances. So we'll see what comes up in the second half.
Now, are you guys surprised with maybe how San Diego Loyals played so far? Did you guys expect them to have this many chances or less chances? Or about right?
About right, but you know, they need to make those chances count, and I think if one or two actually connect, then they're going to be in a good spot. But if San Antonio scores first, it's not going to be a good second half, I think.
Yeah, if San Diego manages to score first, they'll get to open up spaces in that back lane. San Antonio's going to be forced to push up lines a little bit. So it's very key to get that first goal if it happens and not let San Antonio score.
6 shots, no on target, to 5 shots, 1 on target for San Antonio. I thought there was 1 on target that they made the save, but maybe not getting credit for.
Yeah.
Got a man shot, should have been on target, yeah.
But
San Diego Loyals finally up 1-0. They got the goal that we needed. Tony, what do you think about that goal?
So it was a great save by the goalkeeper for San Antonio initially. As things are getting heated here, Koke comes out for the ball, but the goal itself, fantastic effort by Evan Conway. It took him 50-some minutes to actually satisfy your criteria for being a good starter, but here it is. Kyle Vassell comes in, Tumi Moshabani completely changes the game, 1-0, and it seems like Loyal's on top right now.
yeah, Loyal has been the aggressor, and San Antonio's been defending and counterattacking. And it was going to be which team blinked first, and this is San Antonio after, again, a really nice save by Farr, but it bounces right to Conway. These are the type of goals like Orange County was scoring last game, where the ball just happens to bounce the right way.
Yeah, so far San Diego Loyals scored the goal they needed. Now spaces should be opening up. Maybe they get another one. The key is to still not get scored on, because you get tight, they get tied, it's game over. They're not going to win the game.
really happy that we limited them to probably 2 or 3 chances. They don't generally create a ton of chances, but the ones they do are dangerous. We dodged a couple bullets early, but this was a game that over the course of 90 minutes we just wore them down. And so the first half wasn't all perfect. We were creating some decent chances, but we could tell in their body language coming off the field at halftime that they were spent. They had done so much running, and we just wore them down. So it was a full effort tonight. Evan and Among just beat them down for 60 minutes, and then we have to deal with Bass and Toomey coming in. So those are big problems for defenders, and then over the course of 90 minutes, we just showed it.
Ready for questions, guys?
Landon, what statement is your team making beating the #1 ranked team in the whole league?
I don't know if it's statement. We just want to keep getting better, and every week you face something different. San Antonio's unique in the intensity with which they press. If you allow the game to look the way they want it to, it's going to be a really hard 90 minutes. And to our guys' immense credit, they worked really hard to get the game the way we wanted it to look. And when the game looks the way we want it to, it's really hard to defend us over 90 minutes. So that was the biggest key to the game, was making the game the way we wanted, and we did that. Again, not perfect in the first half, but over 90 minutes, we were too much for them.
So Evan Conway has been coming on a lot recently as his game developed. What are you seeing from him as he, breaks open the goal against a team that let in 1 goal in the month of July?
Yeah, if you just do the math on the field, it's impossible to deal with all the attacking threats, right? So between tonight, Evan and Among, then you have Nick, you have Guido arriving in the box, you have Jack Blake, who has a ton of quality, Charlie, who's gotten into the goals too, and then we've been good on set pieces. You just have to pick your poison, and so if you're going to pick Among and Bass and Toomey, then Evan's going to score. And if you're going to pick Evan, then other guys will score. And so it's just too much to deal with over 90 minutes, and that's why when we're healthy, we score a lot of goals.
Speaking of goals, your team has now surpassed your goal total from 2021 by about 10 less games. What does that say about your team?
Just have better players, first of all. We, over 3 years, I think if you guys have followed closely, create a decent number of chances in every game. But now we have the guys who are finishing the plays off. So that makes you look like a great coach when guys score goals. And right now our guys are hitting the net, and there's almost like a friendly competition, like to see who's going to score every night. And that competition has helped us thrive.
I smell disgusting, but I'm so happy to be here.
We had to ask if you were old enough.
Take it easy. All right, Evan.
Now the match is open up for questions for Evan. Go ahead.
Yeah, 3 game-winning goals in a row in 3 games. Like, what's going well for you right now?
Yeah, I mean, all goals are nice to score, but game winners are a little better. So, like I said in the interview this week, man, the team's really putting it together, and I'm just happy to be the one that sticks to the net and brings it home for the boys, and just a great overall performance tonight through 90 minutes.
Give us a little bit of an insight of what the training looks like. Obviously, you have Cavasel who's in there. He was down with the knock, and then you step up to the challenge. He is now here coming back, but you're still going in and out. Like, how is that training sessions like moving into these important games?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, San Antonio is a different team, a little similar to like RGV type of style, and so we've been training for that, and the set pieces were huge, and we had a great set piece performance, so we were really happy about that. And then Kyle, I mean, credit to him, man. He comes in 10 minutes, scores a goal right away after being out for a couple of weeks, man. He just had such a good attitude about his injury, and just more, so much appreciation for him.
Just a follow-up. Celebration, is there an explanation? A lot of people are actually wondering, like,
yeah,
what is
so
that?
it started as just like a team thing when we play 2-touch, and it's kind of a stupid story, but then Twitter got behind it a little bit, and they were like, oh, what is it? And I was like, you know what, it's both. So I had to run over. I knew if I scored at home, I knew I had to do it and that people would get it. So
After a match like this, what's the energy like in the locker room? You know, Donovan was just telling us you guys have like a little bit of a challenge going on who can score the most goals by the end of the year. You know, do those kind of conversations take place after a game, or is it, you know, just strictly on to the next one?
no, we usually after a big win like this, when we're feeling really good, we sing Red Hot Chili Peppers in the locker room after. We all get in a little huddle, and some people might have seen the video, but that's kind of it. Just all comes together at that point. We get in the locker room afterwards, and emotions are so high and stuff that we're just screaming and yelling and blasting music and getting showered and go home and rest and play again on Wednesday.
All right, so a 3-0 performance, something that was closer to your prediction of 3-1 than any of our predictions, but an outstanding full-on performance by San Diego Loyal. Landon seemed to be happy with it. Evan Conway is sticky and sweaty after a great performance, but overall, just a good result against the #1 team in the division in the league, correct? So, I mean, that's, you know, it was downplayed by Landon a little bit, but it's a very good win here at home against a good team.
Yeah, I think to Landon's point, I think it's like any 3 points at home is valuable, whether it's against the first place team or the last place team. You got to win at home, and I think San Diego really put a marker down to, like, we can compete with some of the best teams playing their best soccer. San Antonio maybe a little bit understaffed today, but they still had a really good team on the pitch, just like kind of Colorado did.
But no excuses.
Right.
No posts, no tweets.
No, for sure. But I think, you know, something to remember is, can this team play like this on the road? And so that's going to be the tough test in the run-in for this, is can they translate this type of energy on the road? And I think if they play like they play tonight, they have a really good chance of being able to do that.
Yeah, the key to this game was to score first. Spaces were going to open up after that. That's how you play a defensive team. That happened. The spaces opened up. They took advantage of the other chances they had. They ended up getting a clean sheet as well, which is huge.
Really big.
So, great performance with San Diego Loyal. They're back here on Wednesday against Monterey Bay.
So
that's going to be a good game. Alan, you're going to be here?
Chase,
should be good.
You're going to be here?
I'll be here.
I'm planning to be here. So, to the next block. Later, guys. Break. 2 balls.
Team